My name's Rizzo, and this week I'm hating people who hate pigeons.
Oh, that's a good one.
So true.
I'm Vivi, and this week I'm hating our current administration, which we all are, but on the forefront of my mind.
Mm-hmm. I'm Haley, and this week I'm hating having a job / capitalism.
So true. And this is episode 41?
Question mark? Couldn't tell you. I think it might be 40.
40?
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, we were on summer break on accident.
Yeah, very unintentional. A lot has happened for all of us.
A
lot happened in the world.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the world was a different place, like, before our last episode.
Yeah.
Socially, politically, economically.
Yeah, for me, June has felt like 4 months long, but we'll get into that later. Should we do June favorites, or do you guys want to do something else first? June favorites. Okay, my favorite lately has been iced Americanos. I used to be a strictly flavored latte girly, and I still am a flavored latte girly sometimes, but lately, nothing has been as refreshing as an iced Americano. I'm really enjoying the lack of sugar and the amount of caffeine. And, you know, it's a simple order, but it's an order good enough for me.
Humble order.
Thank you. And baristas respect it. Baristas don't really respect a flavored iced latte with oat milk, but they do respect an iced Americano.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to earn baristas' respect, but I have a lot of friends that are baristas.
Yeah.
And so it's nice.
I'm not trying to earn their respect, but it's nice when I have it. I'm just like, yay.
Yeah.
Am I your favorite customer today? Do you like me?
I'm hot and I'm ordering an iced Americano.
So true.
Yeah.
What else? Well, what
For
else?
me?
Yeah, what's your favorites?
Oh, we're doing a list.
Oh, you don't have to if you don't want to. I just wasn't sure.
I have a list. Okay, my favorite book. I'm reading, it's called New York Hardcore. I got it when I was in New York. My favorite city right now is New York City, specifically Brooklyn. This book is really cool. It's like kind of like a documentary type setup where there are just like different members of iconic punk and hardcore bands from New York. So it does like kind of like an interview, but like there's not interview questions. They're all just kind of like bouncing back and forth, talking about like the beginning of hardcore, starting from the punk scene. And I'm not super far into it yet, but it's been really fun for me. It's an easy read because of the way that it's set up. And it's really cool to kind of just like watching interviews of your favorite artists, just like seeing or reading their like perspectives on other bands. And it's also kind of fun because sometimes they talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
So it's juicy.
I love when like PR wasn't such a thing in even like alternative circles.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like, it's uncouth, if you will, if they bash each other because we're supposed to be united as a scene. But I kind of miss the drama. But I do have a question for you about your New York trip when you're done with your favorites.
Okay. What does uncouth mean?
It's like, not polite or like not socially acceptable. Like if you do something uncouth, it's like a little bit vulgar or like, you know, I don't know, not socially acceptable, I guess. That word. I know a lot of words.
Okay, English major. You have a good vocabulary. Damn, I wish I made a list because can you give me topics?
Yeah, like songs, scents, food.
Okay. I have a hobby favorite this month.
Ooh,
okay. I guess I'll just do food because I don't really know for the other ones. But
you've had a long month.
It's been a lot.
Yeah. Well, we initially started our hiatus. We took a week off initially because you went on your therapy retreat, and then just like other stuff happened where we couldn't like do anything, and then you had this trip, and then we like just couldn't like align our schedules. So we actually only took the month off, which was kind of nice.
Yeah. My favorite food this month is well, when I was in New York, I ordered a lot of chicken bacon ranch sandwiches from the delis. There's like a deli on every corner in New York. If you know, you know. And they can make you like literally anything you can imagine. Like they have all the supplies to make you anything. They'll make you a bagel sandwich. They'll make you a sandwich. They'll make you a gyro. They'll make you a salad. They'll make you chicken nuggets. They'll make you like a pizza, like anything.
That's sick.
So anyways, specifically, I ordered a lot of chicken bacon ranches, and it was delicious every time. Those are my favorites.
Hell yeah. I'll go.
Yeah.
So this is a controversial one. I already know. My favorite Love Island couple.
Disclaimer. This was filmed and recorded prior to the discovery of Sierra's use of a racial slur.
Is Nick and Sierra. Now, I know that there's discourse on Nick Olandria. I'm not with it. I think Olandria is a mean girl after the latest episode. Have you watched the latest episode?
No.
I think she's a mean girl, and I think Shelly's a mean girl.
I've been seeing a lot of that same discourse.
That makes me sad. I really like those girls.
That feeling that you were talking about of like feeling like you're in a group and like you're being like made fun of or like ignored. That's how it felt like they were treating other people. Yeah.
Oh.
It felt gross, and it obviously that could be the producers fucking up the cut and like making her look like whatever. I just know that it's controversial because a lot of people hate Nick and Sierra.
I've been seeing that too, and I'm not even like fully involved. I just see like clips, and I'm on Twitter, so I see stuff, and a lot of people don't like them.
She's the coolest girl. She's the closest thing to alternative we have.
Yeah, for like a Love Island.
Like clothing wise. There's some septum and some nose piercings this season. But
yeah.
That's my favorite Love Island couple.
I like Sierra.
Right? I think she's cute. My favorite Trader Joe's food right now is the chocolate almond biscotti dipped in regular coffee. Just regular ass coffee. Loving that. My favorite perfume is, I don't even know if there's a right brand name to call it, Kaylee.
I think so.
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
It's like, you know the one.
It's like the rectangular bottle with the squared off edges.
Yeah.
The Huda Beauty, like that's Huda's
I don't know.
line.
I have no idea. I have a sample of a vanilla one. It's a brown liquid. I love it. It smells so delicious.
I think she has a couple vanilla ones. Which one?
I'll take a picture when I get home. And then my favorite drink, I don't remember the name of it, but it's from a coffee shop in Long Beach. And it was a strawberry rhubarb jam with maple peanut butter matcha.
Oh, fuck. That sounds so good.
Just the literal moan.
The price, you ask? It was indeed a $10 drink.
Most of them are.
However, might I dare say it was worth it? It was bomb.
Yeah, most of them are, especially after tip. It's like most of the time if I'm getting a drink, it's goddamn near $9.
Oh no, it was $10 like on the menu. So it was probably honestly 12 at the end. Anyways, my favorite hobby is scrapbooking. I just finished, well, it's not finished, but I got all the pictures in for the wedding scrapbook.
Yay!
How exciting.
So when I'm finished, you guys can see it.
I'm so excited to see it.
It's just the film photos and like a couple iPhone photos.
Where are you getting your like scrapbooking like accessories, like your stickers and your borders and your backgrounds and stuff?
So I've been using like the backgrounds of pictures that I'm cutting to also cut things out of. And then I'm using some ribbon for some borders. I have these like packs of like different colored paper that I got from the store that I've been cutting up into different shapes and using. My next step is looking for either like stickers or some type of embellishment and like maybe printing out other things to cut out and add to it.
That sounds fun.
It's like Canva in real life.
Yeah,
That sounds so
fun. Sometimes the thrift stores will have like art supply scraps.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Could be fun.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Those are my favorites for June.
those are good.
My June favorites, I'm going to start with scent. I've been really liking Clean Reserve's Whipped Cherry. It's very light and airy and fruity without being like super artificial, which I like. And for beverage, I think my current favorite is an iced London Fog, but there's a shop by us that has a lavender in the fog. So it's iced with, instead of vanilla syrup, it's lavender syrup, Earl Grey, milk. And it's really good because it's like refreshing, but not super heavy. Because sometimes I don't love a milky drink in the summertime because it's just like, it's so heavy, but it's like milky and light in a nice way. What else? Favorite food this month is green beans and prunes.
You should have told me. I could have brought you home pounds of green beans.
I wish I knew that. I've been like playing with a DIY Din Tai Fung garlic green bean, and I feel like I'm kind of getting it.
Send me the rest.
I really like doing frozen green beans for it because I feel like for regular dry green beans, it takes so long to cook through them to where they're like soft and not crunchy and not like brown green. Where you know when your greens are overcooked and they're like that nasty green color. So lots of butter, frozen garlic, and fresh garlic because the fresh garlic browns and gets like that crispy crunchy, and you get the fresh garlic taste. But then the frozen in the butter cooks. It turns into like water because it's frozen, and it like cooks it. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. But I've been really rocking with green beans and prunes because prunes I found out are just dried plums.
Yes.
And I was like, wait, I love this. This is like a natural gummy. Like it kind of satisfies that craving that I have when I want a gummy, and not in the sweetness way, but in the texture way. Because I like candy. I like gummies sometimes, but yeah, I'm trying not to eat too many of them. Just because I'm like focusing on my health a lot this year. What else for favorite song? I really rotated through a lot this summer, or this past month. My favorite songs, plural, are Hollywood by YG, Coffee Shop Soundtrack by All Time Low, which is, they're canceled, I know. However, I think a lot of their old music is like the epitome of what pop punk should sound like. And I've not been giving them money, and I'm not listening to any of their new music, which I feel like is fine. And also Not a Runner by Mama. Love. Which are like very different. Yeah. What else?
Just a note on the All Time Low. This is mainly directed at Ethan because he clowned me so hard for liking. I've only ever liked old All Time Low stuff. I've never ever fucked with any of their new shit ever since they've been canceled.
Yeah.
Clowned me. No one in my life at that time was on my side. Not a single person was like, yeah, All Time Low is good pop punk.
I don't remember this.
You weren't around.
Oh, okay.
I was alone on my island. So it's nice to know that
I had like such a phase for All Time Low. I had all of their CDs. I have some of their albums on vinyl, like their first few albums. I have, I think, at least 2 of them on vinyl. They were like my Blink-182 because they were like the Blink-182 of our generation. Obviously, they were heavily inspired by Blink. But a lot of their early music is like very grimy pop punk where it sounds kind of like they definitely want the Fall Out Boy nachos for sure. They want that like Newfound Glory sound, and they got it. And we've lost the way with pop punk where a lot of it is too pop rock, where it's very much like radio play, where that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like really dirty, like guitars heavy. Like I don't want something too clean. And the early them had that sound.
Would you dare to call Green Day pop punk?
I would, yeah.
Right?
They don't really have like a true punk sound, but they have punk ethos.
Oh, I was never going to call them true punk.
Yeah.
I was debating between pop punk and pop rock.
I would say that they're pop punk. Yeah.
I wonder, even like their earlier stuff.
Maybe
like,
the earlier
like
stuff
Dookie.
was a little bit more punk, but I do think it was still more pop leaning.
Yeah.
It was always radio playable.
Yeah.
Like you said. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised to hear any Green Day song on the radio, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And I feel like they still played it like when it came out. Like I remember hearing American Idiot like on the radio when it came out.
Dude, I've been jamming that shit lately.
Yeah. It's very, very applicable. But I think that's all of my June favorites. Yeah. I might think of more later, but I don't know. Whatever.
Clover's being so sweet, you guys.
I do have a question about New York. What was it like to be in New York when Duran Mamdani won the fucking candidacy? He obviously isn't the mayor yet, but spiritually.
Before I went, I had no idea about any of that.
Yeah.
And then I saw a lot of people wearing "I voted" stickers. And then I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh. And then we have a friend that lives in New York. He's my friend now. He wasn't my friend before, but now we're friends.
Yay.
He was like talking about the primaries and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. So I got some context. And then we were at the bar the same night that he won. It didn't really seem like anyone was celebrating his win, not from like my perspective, but it was cool, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I was like, oh, good for New York. That's pretty cool.
The air didn't feel different.
I don't know. It was really hot and humid regardless.
You were there during the heat wave.
Dude, they had a heat wave for like 4 days. I was there for the entire 4 days. The exact same 4 days that they had a heat wave. So I was miserable and grouchy and I was trying to have a good time. And I did have a good time, but also like in the same moments where I was like, this is the best day of my life. I was also like, it's 100 degrees and I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's 100 degrees here, I'm not a good person. I'm like just evil truly to my core. My energy is evil. My like vibes are evil. Yeah.
Clover has lived in a lot of homes. Well, several homes.
Yeah.
And like a few years ago, I lived in this really shitty housing situation with when I was dating someone. And there was like 8 cats, 2 dogs. It was really bad. It was in Fontana, which is like really, really hot over there.
Yeah.
And we were only living there for that summer too. So like in the peak of the heat. And Clover at the time had like patches of hair missing.
Oh.
And I remember like looking it up and like I thought that she had a skin disorder or something, or like alopecia. And it turns out that it was just stress.
Oh,
Poor baby.
And so like bringing her here now. By the way, guys, I moved into my house. It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful. If you're a YouTube viewer, which you should be, the setup is different color couch. We're like in the midst of Elena like decorating her new place. So yeah. New setup.
But I'm so happy for her because she's so happy now.
She has never, ever been this affectionate with me. And I've known her since you got her.
Yeah.
But you've always been in a situation where there's been either like a lot of things in the house or one really bad thing in the house.
Yeah. It was so cute. The first day that I brought her here, I had her in the master bedroom. Well, I don't know if we're supposed to call it that anymore. The main bedroom. And I had the door closed because, like, you know, you're only supposed to like let your cats be in like one room at a time when they move into a new house. So I had her in the main room, and I was downstairs like unloading my car, like unpacking and stuff. And she was screaming, crying, and I was like, oh no, like what the heck? So when I finished like unloading my car, because the garage door was open, I let her out of the room, and she was like immediately like tail up, ears perked, like she was super excited to explore. And then like the first day that she was here, like I would be downstairs and she would be upstairs, and like I think she would just get lost. Like I don't think she figured out like the layout of the house yet. So I would be in like a different room, and she'd be like like and I would be like, Clover, it's okay, I'm right here. And then she would come running to me, and we did that a few times.
Yeah.
And I think she's figured out like where everything is now.
She's never had access to this much space.
No, me either.
Yeah, it's really big.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of room. It's very, very nice. I'm happy for you and Clover.
Thank you.
But
And Jacob.
yeah, and your
And that
boyfriend
guy.
you live with. But it is sad because it's an end of an era living with your friends that you love dearly.
No.
What's she doing?
Fighting.
She woke up and got scared.
I think it's because I was also petting her, so I overstimulated her. But yeah, so we're happy in our new home. I'm still decorating. I'm still hunting and gathering supplies. But I'm like mostly moved in.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you, but I also am a little bit jealous. I'm like, damn, what I would give to have this much space.
A little bit. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to even be here.
One of my coworkers, the one I dog sit for, he has this really nice, it's like, I think it's a nice apartment. It's like a second story. It comes with parking, laundry. It's like a cute little, like, almost like Spanish style home because it has that texture on the walls on the inside, which I love. Gibbs very vintage. And me and Ethan have always loved it. He came up to me today. He's like, hey, I'm moving.
What?
And like, I know you guys like really liked my place. Like, would you want to move in? Like, I could talk to the landlord. And I was like, I'd be interested. Like, how much? This is a 1-bedroom, mind you. $2,300.
No.
Ugh.
I was like, no offense, I'm paying way
In what
less now.
world?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even pay that much for our 2-bedroom.
No.
No.
So that was a great disappointment.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Rent is lowering, you guys. It's going down.
I know. I just need to save up money. That's the thing. I
Don't worry.
have.
My earliest timeline right now would be January.
Yeah.
That's still going to come up pretty soon.
Yeah, it's in 6 months.
And that's earliest though.
Yeah. I know.
I could talk to you in a month and be like, It's not on the cards anymore.
Yeah. I think it also depends on like work too. Like ideally, I would like to have my own place within the next 2 years. Just because I'm like, I want the space. I would love to like have a space for me and Chai. And like I want to decorate and like do things. But I'm also like, damn, I need a job that will afford that. And that's unlikely.
Yeah.
New fourth member. She's so cute. She's never been like this.
She's the first cat to fully like post up on camera.
Yeah, because Chai will just like be in like the very far corner where she's like half in it or barely in it. Oh,
Period, girl. Anyways,
We want to get another cat. I want to see the pictures of your friend, coworker.
yeah, my old coworker. It's on my phone, so I'll show you after.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't have any torties. One of my coworkers had cats available, so I sent them to Elena, and I was like, "Do you want me to ask about them?" There was some torties pictured, but then the torties were no longer available. Torties are kind of rare compared to like calicos. I feel like I see much less of them.
do you want a kitten? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I might have seen one.
And Jacob really wants a tortie or a calico.
Ethan almost brought a fourth cat home.
What?
When you guys posted on your story, I was going to be like, girl, I better not see one of those come in.
Do you know how bad it had to be for me to be the one saying we don't need another cat?
Yeah.
Hard.
As I'm crying, sobbing, looking at this cat. But Ethan really tried to convince me. He's like, no, we could put another litter box in the living room, like right near the heater. And I was like, are you
Hell
kidding
no.
me right now? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's so funny because if it were you bringing home a cat, wanting to bring home a cat, he'd be like,
We would have brought home a cat.
so true.
Noted. Looking for torties.
Yeah. No rush. Well,
No rush. Give her time.
Clover's going to be so pissed.
It's like the cat distribution system. A cat will find you when you're ready, you know?
Yeah.
Like you'll know when it's the cat.
Yeah, that's true. That's like when I saw a picture of her online, I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah. When we got Chai, my ex-boyfriend, we got her together and he was just like, that's the one. And I was like, okay. Like, I just want a cat for
Yeah.
when you're like on tour. Like, I don't really care which one, but she's the one
Yeah.
for sure.
She's definitely your baby.
Yeah, she is. That's my soul daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met my neighbor next door. I was told that she's nosy. And like she's an older white lady. And she's been like friendly to me. Well, friendly, I'm not sure. She's been nice to me enough. I'm hoping that she stays cool because I will be having parties and
Yeah.
we will be playing music here. And yeah, we'll see.
I can't wait to see what you do for Halloween with the front entrance. The tunnel vibes? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So true. I might need help.
Of course.
Please help.
Absolutely.
We got you.
Speaking of scary spooky, have you guys heard of alligator Alcatraz?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes. I personally think they should be calling it Auschwitz.
Alligator Auschwitz for sure.
Mhm.
They probably just can't pronounce it.
This thing seems like it popped up within a week. I was looking at my news sources, which are AP and Reuters. Also, actually, fuck Reuters now because they have a paywall for the articles I was trying to read.
Gross.
Mhm.
But AP didn't report on it until like June 25th or something was like the first day that they reported on it. And then today's July 2nd. So like within like a week or two, it was like in theory, it was like in talks of opening and then it opened.
Did you see how much it cost?
I fear.
No.
I want to say 45 million from taxpayer money in Florida.
That's insane because like
Wait, no, sorry, it wasn't taxpayer. It's from the FEMA fund.
Yes.
In hurricane
I did
season.
know that it was
Yeah,
funded by FEMA.
that's what it was. And we just started the hurricane season.
which is crazy because they want to get rid of FEMA. But it's like, oh, let us extract all of the money that you have in it before we get rid of it.
It's so
Curious.
fucked up because if there's a hurricane, like that's South Florida, like all those
Yeah.
people are going to be fucked up. That space is going to be fucked up.
And then if there's a hurricane in that area, they can't leave because they're apprehended illegally.
They're already flooding.
Are they?
Yeah.
It's
Jesus.
also like not really possible to leave either because it's like hundreds and hundreds of acres that are mosquito infested, alligator infested. It's also the Everglades, which means that there's also crocodiles, which are way bigger and scarier than alligators. There's giant snakes.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of fucking wildlife that could fuck them up. And also just like the heavy, dense humidity that is like 1,000 degrees hot. Like they might just suffocate.
The Everglades is the main water source for the south end of Florida, which if they're going to build that, since they built that there, it's just going to contaminate all the water. I did see that too.
So, not good. If you're not freaking the fuck out about alligator Alcatraz or alligator Auschwitz, you should be freaking the fuck out because this is only the first. Actually, there are 200 or maybe over 200 detention centers in the United States for illegal immigrants. But this is just one like this. And we know damn well that there will be more. And they're actually already in talks, or maybe they're already building it. A little further north in Florida, I think northeast Florida. So they're already working on a second one.
Yeah. It's incredibly like dystopian and so hard to look at like my phone every single day. And we have a lot of privilege to feel overwhelmed by it. But it's also like literally yesterday, every time I opened my phone and scrolled, it was like, oh, like new atrocity just happened. There's a scene in BoJack Horseman that I've been thinking of because I saw like someone reposted it on TikTok and I was like, yeah, that does feel very accurate. It was towards the end of the season and someone's talking to Diane and they're like, oh, they just legalized murder if you're rich. And she was like, no, they didn't. And she was like, oh shit, they did. And that's what it feels like.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
Not to mention like the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
I'll mention it.
Like Gestapo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having people who are not like qualified or trained to be bounty hunters. That's really hard for me to say. To capture and kidnap people and send them God knows where. Places like Alligator Alcatraz, I guess.
Yeah, places that they can't be traced so their family can't find them. It's very illegal and I guess, not illegal now that the president is condoning it. But one of the conservative talking points that I've seen more recently, and I think this is only applicable to Trump's first term because right now the numbers are skewed because they've been doing things illegally, was that Obama deported more Mexican people than Trump did in his first term, which is true. However, I think that it's important to talk about like the rhetoric that is used in Trump's presidency, especially now where it's like,
I don't remember any of this happening when Obama was deporting people.
Yeah, he deported more people than Trump's first presidency. He was pretty strict on immigration, but he did not primarily center deporting like people that you see on the street selling fruit or like, people at the Home Depot parking lot. It was like, for the most part, criminals, which I still don't really love our immigration system. I think deportation is like weird and wrong. And a lot of times it's just like very white supremacist tool, in my opinion. But the rhetoric that we use is way different than it was used before. Before it wasn't like Mexican immigrants are subhuman, where now it's like they're literally animals is the language that they're using. And language is so important because a lot of people like internalize that and they actually see like these people as being less than them or like not having, any empathy for them. And it's really, really disappointing. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Also, this new big, beautiful bill is putting hundreds of millions more dollars into ICE.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
It's funny. I was actually talking to someone who I felt didn't have similar political opinions to me. And the way I phrased it to them was, I was like, I can meet people at the line of they want to deport criminals. I can meet you there. I don't agree with you, but I get it. I get where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. We're not even that close to doing there's no system here. We're not even checking people's citizenship before we take them.
Yeah.
You can't argue that this is doing that. It's not deporting any criminals. It's just deporting families.
Yeah. They're deporting American citizens. They want to deport American citizens for real.
American-born citizens.
Yeah, American-born
Yeah.
citizens.
Well, they want to revoke their citizenship.
Yeah. And while right now it's already scary enough that the focus is on Latinos, but also in Nazi Germany, yes, they came for the Jews first, but then they also came for the commies and the disabled and gay people and trans people, et cetera, et cetera. So like scary for everyone. No one is safe.
Yeah. A lot of our plights are intertwined, and obviously they want to separate us because like they don't want people to work together against them. But like there's a lot of like, for example, what was used during Trump's like run for presidency was a lot of like propaganda against Haitian immigrants. So it's very much like Black people are getting affected too, like Asian people are getting affected. It's predominantly Hispanic right now, but like that could change in any way, shape, or form. And then when we talk about revoking citizenship, it also makes citizenship like
obsolete
and very shaky, because it's like, well, what is quote unquote the crime that is grounds for revoking your citizenship? That could apply to anything, you know. They make new laws every day, they take back laws every day, and they're not doing it legally, they're not doing it in a way that's ethical. They're just like signing executive orders that are getting signed off overnight, and there's just so much happening where like you can't even keep up, and that's what they want to keep you defeated, where you're just like so overwhelmed that you shut down, which they're kind of succeeding in at the moment because everyone's overwhelmed. I don't think it'll be like this forever, but it's a lot right now.
Yeah, it's just hard to know what else could happen because this is only like 7 months in. So, well, 6 months really.
Yeah, we're only 11% through his presidency, and it feels like a whole different world than it was in January.
Yeah. I have been reading a book about basically like changing your mindset, and about how often people will only think about the things that they don't have. Like, oh, I'm so broke. I have no money. I have no money. I have no money. Instead of just thinking about other things or thinking about how you can change that. And I'm trying really hard to not fall into the mindset of like, this country's in shambles. We're not coming back from this. There's nothing we can do. Like, I feel there's nothing we can do because no one's stopping anything.
Yeah. There's no savior.
No.
I mean, we could all rise up, I guess. But like, is anyone going to do it?
It's hard when we talk about revolution in the United States more specifically, because when we talk about places like France or in Europe, it's a lot more manageable in the sense that revolution there doesn't mean execution for its citizens, where here when we try to protest peacefully, they shoot people and kill them. So it's like, well, what would that even look like for us when like their weapons are so like for mass murder? Like they have AK-47s, they can literally just shoot us all in like one go.
1,000%. Like for years I've been like, oh, I really want to get a gun because I'm a communist. And like I'm not anti-gun, especially when like the reason why we have the Second Amendment is to defend ourselves and potentially overthrow the government if it becomes corrupt. And like it obviously has, but also like our government would absolutely bomb us. And so like my little gun and like my neighbor's little gun, like it still just doesn't seem like powerful enough to defend our people. And so like I'm kind of at a loss. I'm kind of scared. I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like at a point where the only thing that is like comforting to me is to have a plan B and like start researching like the things that I need to do if I need to escape, which is obviously like a privilege. I mean, I don't even have a passport right now, and I don't have a lot in savings. I don't really know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just like, I rather have I don't know. I've been living my whole life in fight or flight. I have a lot of trauma around unsafe living situations. And I just like don't want to continue that pattern for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that's fair. It's hard for me to want to leave, more so because I'm like, I love California so much, specifically being born and raised here. And I'm like, ugh, it sucks to have to leave because things are so horrible for the people here. And I think, obviously, I don't think it's within my means right now either. Like, we're just talking hypothetically. But I think it also sucks to like think about people that you're leaving behind and leaving. Cause it's like, well, I'm safe now, but there's people who are still unsafe and still affected.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of feelings around it specifically too. But there's just so much like, every time I open my phone, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Because then there's also like people pretending to be ICE because ICE doesn't identify themselves. They're wearing like t-shirts and baseball caps and face masks. And I've been seeing news of like people masking as ICE, not only deporting or like kidnapping people, but then also like sexually assaulting them, like Hispanic women more specifically, which is really scary for me. And it's just like, I don't know, thinking about the people in my life, thinking about the people that I know, and it's a very overwhelming time.
Yeah. To your point, I was trying to think of where I would want to go because I was like, well, where's somewhere that I could be happy? Like realistically thinking. And this is partially just like me not having all of the knowledge and probably just needing to do more research. But I truly feel like I can't find another place like California that I want to live in terms of what it offers outside environmentally, because I can't focus on too much else because that could not be here in 5 years.
Yeah.
Obviously the outside could not be here in 5 years too, but it's more stable than like being like, there's a lot of events in LA. I really like it. Like that's not reasonable to be like, I want to stay there because of that.
Yeah.
But then I think about all the people that I would want to come with me and that I'd have to convince them to come with me to this one place so that we could be together still.
Yeah.
And it spins me up so bad that I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here with my friends, with my family, with my people, with my things. Like, I don't want to run because I think I would just be more sad.
Yeah. I was having that spiral yesterday too. I was having that exact same thought process where I'm like, well, if I were to left, would my family come with me? Probably not.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know my grandma wouldn't want to do that because she would have the mentality of, well, I'm dying here. I think my parents would look at the house and the life that they built in California and be like, I'm not leaving this. Like, are you kidding? Like, there's not much left in life. And so it's hard for me to even think about ever leaving California at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. I think for me personally, I'm just like really detached to places.
You have a valid reason
And
for
things-
not being detached to California.
Yeah.
Well,
Or attached, sorry.
yeah, just in general. But I understand that. I think it really does just feel like saving myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it gives me like security. Like I feel safer like even just planning a plan B.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to leave the country. It's like, okay, like if it really gets, I don't even know how much worse it needs to get, but like
It's pretty bad.
That's kind of how I felt. I was like, I feel like I'm at the point where I should leave.
Yeah, it is really close to home. I'm not sure. Guys, I don't know, but
Yeah.
just to have something like in order. So if I just really couldn't take it anymore, like I could, have my shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone should be trying to cope differently right now based on their struggles in life. You have a big fight or flight in terms of like your living situation. I have a big like anxiety thing about disasters and preparing for them. So when I try to think about a plan, it actually like makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
Which is why I had to stop thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that helps you. And so everyone has their own little, just try to find your own little thing, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. My little thing is drinking during the week.
Valid. I think that's Ethan's too.
No, yesterday I cracked open like a little thing of mojito, like a canned mojito. And I like never drink during the week. I never drink alone also. Like I'm just not really that kind of person. I don't really see the point. But yesterday was so like overwhelming. I was like, I need to drink. I can't do this.
Yeah.
If I were to go anywhere, I think I'd probably just go to Mexico, which I think is so like, it says a lot about the state of America because a lot of people, my family included, moved to America for economic reason and also safety reason because my grandma specifically is from a place in Mexico that has a lot of like corruption, and it's not like advised for people who are visitors to go. Like if you're from there and you have family there, it's fine if you go, but it's not advised to be like a tourist there. And she's dealt with a lot there, and that's why she moved to the US. And to think about like moving back because things here are so bad is kind of crazy. Especially because like she moved here for a better life and to give a better life to her children. So it's just like insane how time works, I guess. I don't know.
I genuinely think that I'm trying to hold out past this presidency because I'm trying to tell myself, like, kind of like you're saying, is like, well, we're not there. We're not at the point of like where it's just like eternally like, well, that's just a city that's not great. It's corrupt or whatever. Like they don't listen to the government.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. But I'm also like, hypothetically, we could get out of this presidency one day.
Yeah. It's also tough too because I do feel a little bit of guilt being in California because we have so much privilege here where I'm like, there's so many people in other states that are directly impacted right now.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking about, I mean, we didn't want this whole episode to be political, but it's also hard not to talk about politics in this current like state of the world. But when we're talking about places like Tennessee that are directly impacted by generative AI and people don't have access to like clean running water because of AI. And this is predominantly affecting marginalized communities because obviously they're not going to have it affect fucking like Nashville or wherever. But it's just like, and I say Nashville because it's like a richer area. It's like very musician oriented. It's a big city. I don't really know what the demographic of Nashville is. Just stating that. But yeah, so it's tough because it's like a lot of other states are already impacted, and a lot of what he's doing is, and I say he because I'm like, truly it is he who shall not be named.
That
like
man.
at this fucking point, that man, he's like definitely trying to not make us united. We're the United States, and he's trying to make it like basically start a civil war. So every state is kind of like its own country right now, where they're just kind of like up to its own.
I mean, he damn near pulled $1 billion out of our school budget in California?
Yeah, he denied us $810 million, I think.
Something like that.
Of federal funding because of his own personal beef with Gavin Newsom, I presume. And it's just really scary times, even though we're privileged to be here. And it's so weird because there's so many conflicting feelings about that, where I'm like, I feel both very privileged and both very at risk for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great way to describe it.
that's fair. I know. It sucks because I'm like, I just moved into this big, beautiful home and like, I want to be excited about it. And I am excited about it, but
Yeah.
I'm also just like, how much longer will I feel safe here? But also, it's a nice city.
Yeah.
It's a very nice city. I'm not worried about you.
I'm not worried, really. Like, I'm making a lot of sound right now. I don't think that ICE is coming for my city.
No.
Yeah. But it's still coming for your neighbor cities, which is like concerning to you. It's still
course.
something that's on the forefront of your mind, which is good. And also it's just like, it's a tough time, I think, for all of us. And I'm hoping that we keep up the collective effort to stay like unified, I guess, because it's so hard to stay this way, to keep the momentum, to care. And it's great that everyone cares right now, but I'm also worried that it's going to just like die out because so much is happening. It's hard to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did see, I think I sent it to our group chat. It was like a meeting, an ICE meeting, where the like sergeant or like whatever the fuck you call him, like the leader, was trying to get everyone motivated to go out there and kidnap people, basically.
That's crazy.
And
I must have missed that one.
and the other like ICE agents were like kind of pushing back
Really?
And they were like, there's no heart in this. Like, what we're doing is fucked up.
The ICE agents? That's crazy.
I mean,
So,
what do they get? 23 an hour?
Dude, seriously.
is that it?
Man up.
In some
Stand up,
God.
bitch.
in some of the it obviously ranges on like where you are.
The cap I saw in California was 80 grand.
That's not enough to be a fucking Gestapo officer.
My local Taco Bell pays more than that.
I'd rather work it in and out. Like, oh my goodness.
I get
That's
paid more
crazy.
than that.
Yeah.
You must have to be like genuinely filled with hatred
You have to.
Which they are.
to be making that little money for that job. Which they
Yeah.
are, yeah.
It's just so like that's really the job you chose. And it's not something that we ever needed. And we're centering on Mexicans right now because that's what a lot of the rhetoric is surrounded by. Obviously other people are affected. But it's hard to like hear people who are Hispanic talk about how they are for the current administration and their doings, because a lot of you and your families were very lucky. It's really like a lottery. It has no like, when my dad got citizenship, it was, I think, at least a couple thousands of dollars in like, you know, the process without even like guarantee of getting it. He could have been denied very easily. So, but he just so happened to be younger. If he was maybe a decade or two older, he would have been granted it through Reagan's amnesty like policy, which is why that's how a lot of people got citizenship in the 80s. It wasn't because you worked harder or you did something that was like noble enough for you to get citizenship. You were just lucky. You happened to be alive during Reagan's administration. He granted you amnesty. I know people's parents personally who have like been deported by him and came back and been deported and came back and were granted amnesty after that. And that's it.
Yeah. I have some family members that are Mexicans for MAGA. Mexican MAGA. And I don't understand it. They are Mexican American. They're like citizens, but it's just like someone had to sacrifice their lives or money or just like had to work really hard to get here in the first place. So like it's not easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, even like white Americans, like we're all like here because of immigration in the first place,
Yeah, white people weren't
legal or not.
in the fucking, you know,
Guys, both my grandparents were immigrants.
where from?
Canada.
No way.
My mom's first gen.
I don't know why I thought your family was Irish. Maybe it's because you look like Saoirse Ronan. We've
My
talked
dad
about this
is.
before. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Slay. But yeah, that's something to talk about too, is everyone in America's family lineage came from somewhere, unless you're Indigenous American. Like, you quite simply came here from somewhere. And it's very privileged and very delusional, I think, to assume that some people are more or less deserving, because if they made immigration easier to access, then they would also be mad about it, which I think is silly. But yeah, I think Mexican MAGA makes me especially angry because it's so like, you guys are so, and by this I mean everyone who's Hispanic and voted for Trump, or who's like Latinos for Trump, or whatever, you know, the current term is. Like collectively, I think Latinos for Trump are so self-hating and so sad and so like your proximity to whiteness is never going to be greater than like your visual brownness. And I think that's something to remember, because a lot of people think that they're safe from these laws and they're not. Like, if you look brown, then you are at risk right now in the current administration. That's just the reality of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And to be clear, if you are not speaking up against the administration right now, you are for the administration. You are now a maggot. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just to make that very clear, there is no Republican right now. You are either against or for the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because a lot of Republicans are also not for the Trump administration.
Yeah.
And I
Which,
think,
thank God, they're speaking up about it.
yeah, fucking finally, dude. But it just like, it makes me so sad to think about the amount of people who think that these things will not affect them, so they vote for it, and then it affects them, and then they regret their vote. Like, I've seen so many people who've had family members deported or who've been like affected in a way that they didn't assume, and they were like, I regret my vote now, but if it happened to your neighbor, you wouldn't care. You just care because it's you.
Like Miss Major Taylor Greene.
What happened with her? I know
being like, things. I didn't vote for this.
Oh yeah, bitch, you did. Also,
about what? What happened to her?
It was something about the big beautiful bill,
dude. Yeah, which is she did vote for it because she didn't fucking read it. And I feel like if you admit to not reading the entirety of a bill that you vote for, you should lose your seat in the administration. I don't understand how that's not a thing.
Yeah. If I approved something that I didn't read the email for at work, I would be fired so fucking quick.
I keep on Twitter, seeing people call it the like different names, and they're really funny because some of them are like the fuck you, I hope you die bill, and it's just like like the most evil names you can think of, and it's like
I like
and
that.
You voted for that and you didn't fucking read it. You voted for the bill that's going to probably kill tens of thousands of people just from the Medicare and the Medicaid like things alone, the healthcare stuff. You didn't read it? Are you like, what is wrong? You should lose your life.
Yeah, they're making the bills like 800 something pages on purpose, but like you have one job.
Yeah, your job is
to read the bill.
Your job is to be a public servant, read the bill. And also, your job is inaccessible. It's hard to get in the first place, and it's why you do the hard thing of reading the bill. You know how to read, right? You're literate.
You went to school for this, right?
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're feeling like this, you're not alone.
No, definitely not. It's been a collective, I don't even know, disgust.
Yeah, it's a lack of hope all around, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to address something you said. You said if you're not talking about it, or if you're not against it, you're for it. I was thinking about that because I was thinking about the first week during the protests when a lot of the influencers were either speaking up or not speaking up. I was seeing some people's takes being like, I don't care about what an influencer has to say about a protest. And I disagree with this.
I absolutely do.
Which you might, like, what people might know, because obviously we've talked about this, like when people were being silent about Palestine, when we were talking about people who were talking about it and who weren't talking about it. I think especially because a lot of influencers are in Los Angeles, a city that was very much founded by predominantly like Mexican American immigrants. I think it's important to talk about because it's very dystopian to be like their neighbors are literally getting violently like harassed, assaulted, kidnapped, and deported. I think that it's more personal and it's more aggravating, especially when they're transplants, which they usually are. It's hard to talk about because it's like you came here and you are ignoring like the people around you that are suffering, and you're so privileged it doesn't affect you at all. So I think that it is important for everyone to talk about it.
I think Tana Mojo put it perfectly, and everyone should have followed in her footsteps after she did it. She made a TikTok where she was basically like, listen, I don't have the best words to come out of my mouth, but this fucking sucks. This shouldn't be happening. I'm opening my wallet to XYZ organizations. Like, please let me know of other organizations I can donate to. That is what you should be doing as an influencer.
Yeah.
We're not asking you to like write a full fucking dissertation on why something is wrong, but like say it. Just say it out loud.
Yeah. And I think it's important too because other people follow in their footsteps. Even if you just post a screenshot of a donation to like, you know, like bail funds, to immigrant funds, I think that that's important because it also influences the other rich people around you to do the same thing. And it kind of is like, oh, I'm for this cause. It's something.
Well, the rich people start going, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like other people are donating. Oh my God. I have to make sure that I still look liberal.
Yeah. Even if it's virtue signaling, I don't even fucking care. Like, use your platform, do it.
If you're helping, you're helping.
Yeah. Exactly. If you're helping someone, you're helping someone. And I think that that's important to talk about.
No.
On that same note, if you're donating and not speaking up about it, I also think that's kind of weird. Like, just make a post.
Yeah, I think it's tough too because when we are like, hey, you're not saying anything, they're like, well, I donated. And it's like, well, we didn't know. How am I supposed to trust you? I think especially as like a Mexican woman viewing someone, I like see them differently if they're not saying something because I'm like, oh, you don't like my people then.
Yeah.
And I just have to assume that based on your lack of response.
Yeah, I absolutely do expect celebrities and rich people and influencers and stuff to speak out on political stuff, especially when it comes to like human rights.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, if I were to buy from your makeup brand or your skincare line or your perfume brand or whatever the fuck, because a lot of influencers have like brands, I want to make sure that I'm like spending my money somewhere where like, I don't know, that I support. Like,
Yeah.
because if I'm buying from your brand and I know that you're spending your money that you make from people like me, I want to make sure that it goes somewhere that's helpful for people that I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like influencers, and people haven't like realized this, that they're kind of like the public speakers of this generation. They're the ones standing on the soapboxes. They're the ones with the attention.
Yeah.
Because we don't have people who just like, maybe we do and I'm not in that world, like do public speaking events. Like I never see like, oh, so-and-so is going to go speak at fucking Griffith Park in Los Angeles or something. Like,
yeah.
I never hear about any of that. And
the only one that I could think of is Greta Thunberg, I think is how you pronounce it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like the only one.
Yeah. But it's like, that's essentially what you are as an influencer because you have a platform that you're speaking on.
Yeah.
And so public speak on it. That's why you have it.
Yeah. I think it's really silly when people assume they're not political or like they don't want things to be political, because it's like the way that your everyday life is political, whether you acknowledge it or not, from the coffee that you drink in the morning, whether it was, you know, picked by slaves or not, to like the work week that we have, like, you know, that was shaped by politics, the 40-hour work week. Otherwise, before, people were like basically indentured servants to their bosses. Like they were working hard laborious jobs for like tens of hours every day, like 15-hour days, like 7 days a week. The way that our everyday lives are shaped by politics, and you are privileged by this, and everyone is, and it's something that we should acknowledge, whether you're quote unquote political or not. It's that saying of like, you maybe don't do politics, but politics are going to do you.
Mm-hmm. Hear, hear.
Yeah, this hasn't been the most optimistic episode back, but the world is not very, very happy right now.
It feels tone deaf to come back from a break and not talk about any of this.
Yeah, and it's not like we weren't thinking about it on our break either.
But let us know if you guys do or do not enjoy talking about stuff like this, because I think we can either enjoy it or we cannot. I think we can go either way here.
Yeah. I think it's something that we definitely touch on, but maybe don't center a whole episode about. But it's hard to not center the whole episode about it when we're in the midst of, like, you know, we'll know the Bills consensus by Friday, I think, and it's currently Thursday.
Did you guys hear about the Idaho 4 guy?
No.
The what guy?
Took a plea deal. Brian Kohlberger.
Who's that?
The guy who murdered the 3 girls and the boyfriend in Idaho.
Oh, I did see that, actually.
Yeah, after declining a plea deal 3 years ago, he decided now it was time.
What does that mean?
Basically, for 3 years, he tortured the family by the thought of having to go through a trial and relive all of the evidence. And now he's decided that he's going to take a plea deal, which is when the state offers him to plead guilty for a reduced sentence. On the other note, Diddy only got charged with 2 counts, and he's probably going to walk free.
Yeah, he didn't get charged with human trafficking.
No, he just got charged with like intent to transport for reasons of prostitution or something like that. So the world's fucked.
Yeah. Speaking of news again and like the news cycle, I think that it's crazy that a Minnesota lawmaker and her husband were shot and killed in a political assassination, and another state senator, political figure, and his wife were shot and wounded. I don't think they died.
They did not.
But 4 different people were targeted in gun attacks in Minnesota. And I think that that's crazy, the way that the news cycle works, how 2 political figures could be shot and killed or shot and wounded, and we've completely moved past it. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anything about the police who've like caught the person. I don't know if they did yet. I can look into this later. Obviously I will. But after it became a news story, like it was like one and done. Like I did not hear about it afterwards. And it's crazy to think about the news cycle and how it works. There's just too much going on that political figures can literally be assassinated or wounded in like targeted attacks, and we don't hear about it.
Yeah.
I'm reading into the Miami thing.
Yeah, they voted to postpone the November election to next year.
It's called a referendum. One of the reasons that someone's saying that they want to change it is because it would align with state and federal elections and increase turnout and lower costs. Essentially, they're trying to make it line up in the same election years as the state of Florida and the whole country.
Yeah, which I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, and I agree with, like looking at it as a test.
But the whole reason that like that isn't a thing is because like people die and things happen and terms end early and like that's why the years change.
Yeah, they just decided, hey, we want to change it.
If we delay it now, are we just going to keep doing that in the future when they get off sync?
Yeah, a lot of things like that are very much tests to see what people are and are not okay with and what they're willing to fight or not fight for, which is what I think a lot of the current administration is doing and what I think a lot of Republican like lawmakers and politicians are doing.
Did we ever delay an election in California for Gavin?
Not that I can think of. We can fact check this.
I think I might just be thinking of when they tried to get him out.
I don't even know. Let's look up.
I couldn't tell you. I don't need an answer. I just thought you might know. No.
Speaking of Gavin Newsom, during this month that we've been off break was when Gavin Newsom did his address to the nation and the address to California. And that was so fucking crazy.
He did his big one for sure.
And since then, also, no one has talked about it. Like, I literally saw a news alert and we watched it on TV. We streamed it on YouTube.
Okay, but had you not told me about it, I would have never known about it because I did not see a single thing on the internet about it.
Yeah, I only saw it through he is a controversial figure too because he's pro-Israel and I don't really support him. But I saw it through Aaron Parnas. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Parnas.
Aaron Parnas. Yeah.
Listen, here's my take on Gavin. He's not great, but he's what we need against Trump.
Yeah.
And I need that sassy little man to stay sassy.
He's just a little bit scary to me because I'm like, I feel like he will turn on us one day. And I'm scared to be the one at attack because he's so like direct and targeted and sharp.
See, but that's why this is perfect because California as a state has like agreed on the fact that he is like a demon.
Yeah.
In like nice clothes. So when he does that, we can all turn on him. Like both sides won't want him.
Yeah. I'm hoping that if he runs for presidency, he doesn't run as a Republican. I'm really hoping.
I think he would win, which, you know, it would be better.
It would be better. Anything is better than Trump, right?
Well, I sent you guys that video yesterday, and I don't really want to talk about it a lot, but the message of it is essentially that leftists as a group need to stop focusing too much on the end goal and look more at the steps that you need to make in between. Because a lot of leftists will be like, I don't want that because I want this instead. Like, I want the more like socialist view or the more communist view. And like what this video is saying is basically like, yeah, we want that, but we're not going to go from the state our country's in right now to communism or socialism anytime soon. We have to make these little steps. We have to vote for the little things. One of those little things is getting someone like Zoran, is that how you say it? Zoran into the candidacy without being backed by anybody. And it's like, we need to like zoom in almost. I think we're too zoomed out as a generation and we know like big picture what we want the world to look like.
Yeah.
But not enough people are zooming in to be like, what can we do right now? Like where we are, like in our city, in our county, that we can do to make moves towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think I have been seeing a lot of leftist discourse about Zoran Mamdani. And it's been pretty disappointing because I think he hasn't been elected yet. And I don't think we should start discourse until after he's elected because him versus Cuomo, yes, those are very different New Yorks. And I think it's important to try to uplift the one who wants to make New York affordable for New Yorkers and not like billionaires or like transplants, people who live there. Like that's important. And I think we shouldn't shy away from the discussion and be like, you shouldn't vote for him because he's pro-Israel. One, no, he's not. Two, I think one thing that we forget as leftists, because when we talk about the Israel-Palestine conversation, one thing that we say is like, if someone is saying, okay, the controversy around Zohran Mamdani, and him talking about Israel as one racist because they're only asking him questions about Israel because he's a Muslim. Like they're only asking him because he's brown. They're not centering Israel Palestine on anyone else, and they shouldn't because he's the mayor. He's going to be the mayor of New York, not the president of the United States. That shouldn't matter. And when we talk about like this conversation, a lot of people are saying that he's pro-Israel, which you kind of have to be in a way as a politician. Otherwise, people are going to say that you're anti-Semitic. Like, even though I don't think that he is like in his true heart of hearts pro-Israel, just based on the way that he has like portrayed himself, I think that you can't say that you're anti-Israel without the United States government or Fox News painting you as like this evil anti-Semitic, like racist.
Terrorist.
Yeah. Like genuinely.
But also he's Iranian, and like him saying that he's pro-Israel would be like a Palestinian saying that he's pro-Israel. Like,
yeah,
they're both victims of the Israeli military. Like that would not make any sense for him to be pro-Israel. He's not.
He's trying to be the most like PR friendly that he can be while saying that he condones the actions of Israel. That's what I'm reading his responses are. And I think that we should all use like critical analysis as leftists who say that they are like more critical of politicians. I think we should acknowledge that it's very much like calculated.
You have to be.
I mean, let's be realistic here, you guys. Like, you should not wholeheartedly agree with every point a politician makes.
Yeah.
However, like you said, Vivi, now is not the time to be talking about why you don't like the candidate that is the better option.
Yeah.
That's the fault. Is that something you do either A, after they're not elected, or B, after they get elected and you want to see that change in their leadership? Doing that before they're elected is just going to make the people who are wishy-washy be like, I'll go with the other option. This guy seems to have problems.
Yeah. And I think that when we talk about him specifically, I think a lot of leftists, they have, and it's hard because we do this too at times. I don't think that it's always inherently wrong, because I do think, you know, if you're a bigot, that you just are lesser than me as a person. I don't know.
So
but I think a lot of leftists do have this like holier than thou like perspective on the world, where even if you're a leftist with like slightly differing views, they see you as like less moral, and it's more of like a competition, less so than like let's make the world a better place. And I saw something on TikTok, I think it was a comment or maybe it was a video, but it was like a lot of leftists think about revolution tomorrow and not like community today.
Yes.
Which I think is really important, because we're talking about the revolution, but what does that look like? It's not coming tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Like, we need to figure out how to make today easier for the everyday person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't keep talking about our dream without talking about how we're going to get to the dream.
Yeah.
I agree. And while like fundamentally I agree with like a lot of the things that CJ and like Madeline say, I think
Wait. I thought Madeline was anti-CJ.
No,
she's
Madeline is
super
pro CJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You agree fundamentally with Madeline and CJ.
Oh, yeah. With that being said, I feel like you just cannot tell me that the United States wouldn't be a better place if Bernie Sanders, a Democratic socialist, had actually won for presidency. You couldn't tell me that the United States would not be a better place without like more Democratic socialists in power. Like, I don't know. I just feel like people would be so much better off.
Yeah. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. A win is a win. And while they can't make huge changes, because our government will always be capitalistic, and that's why I'm saying like I agree with like the principle that CJ was saying.
Yeah.
There's no way to dismantle capitalism without a revolution. There's no like non-violent way to change that.
Yeah.
I still think that the little things are helpful and they count and they make a difference in people's day-to-day lives. So I don't know.
I think I could be really stupid saying. I think that I don't think he should run anymore. I think he would have a better chance of winning today than he would have in 2016 when he ran.
Yeah, because people have always been skeptical of the word socialism. So even though what I think people really want is democratic socialism, like what I think the everyday person wants is democratic socialism, but they aren't aware of it because they're scared of the word socialism. now they're so desperate they would want him, but it's also like I don't want an elderly person for president again. I agree fundamentally, like you were saying, with the politics of it, but other cities will follow suit once they see this. And that's why a lot of people in power don't want Zoran Mamdani to win, which is why like Trump was calling him a communist on fucking Truth Social, because they don't want him to win because they're scared of other people following suit. That's why we spend so much money in the military bases around the world to like stop communism, because we think that the United States will follow suit once they see that they're doing so much better off. We have to just like let our wins come as they come, even if they don't feel like wins. It's better than fucking Andrew Cuomo, who's a literal rapist.
Yeah.
And I think that when the common public like starts to see the benefits of even just like micro forms of socialism, then like that means that more people can get on board with like the actual movement.
Yeah.
And maybe, then a actual revolution could actually happen because it's not so demonized.
Yeah. And a lot of people are very detached from politics as well, because they're like, well, I have like, I have multiple jobs. Like I can't afford to live. Like I can't afford to like eat. And it's like, well, that's because of politics in the world around you. And once we kind of get to that point is when people can actually revolutionize. But when we can like get cities more affordable, cheaper, and people have like a better quality of life, that's when they start actually caring about like the world around them and their neighbors. Right now it's hard because we're all focused on ourselves. And I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I had a point.
I liked what you were saying though.
It sounded good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's a positive thing to wrap it up in. Do we have anything more to say?
No, I was hoping to talk about other things, but
we're at an hour 30.
Yeah, that's already a long episode.
Well,
write them down quick.
Well, one last thing that I want to say about New York is that I love how in tune with like the punk culture it is. I went to a lot of really cool bookstores. Well, I went to 2 different bookstores and I got a bunch of books about both like punk subculture and also like just like leftist politics and stuff. And I feel like it's pretty hard to find stuff like that out here, even in LA. Long Beach has a really cool leftist bookstore called Page Against the Machine that I go to pretty frequently. But
we love them. Go support them if you're in the area. He's so nice and kind.
Sweetest guy ever.
Yeah, now is the time.
But yeah, just really appreciate how artsy and diverse and progressive New York is. So if you're a New Yorker, I think you're way cooler than anyone else. Love ya.
Yeah, especially right now because Mamdani won in kind of like a landslide election during the primaries. So I'm hoping you guys keep it up. If you vote for him during the actual like mayoral race, I know there's a lot of LA, New York debate. I think you guys would definitely win. And I hope you do. I really do. Yeah. I'm jealous of you. And I would want to move there. But then also, I don't know.
I'm Team New York.
Yeah. No, I think that's valid. Yeah, if you're listening, this episode was long. We had a lot to say and a lot that we couldn't really say because there's too many words and thoughts and concerns happening in our brains. We were just talking about this earlier where it's like too much, like think not enough to say about it because so much is happening.
Mm-hmm. And it's Wednesday, so there's no Love Island tonight.
Yeah.
Brain so full that brain empty.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Your brain was too full, so it became empty.
Yeah.
So, and now we emptied it out into these microphones. So,
yeah.
Now I have absolutely nothing to say.
I do want to do a self-plug because I started a blog. And if you're listening to this podcast, you should read it because I talk about this also. I've been trying to think about something with everything happening. But yeah, brain too full, brain empty. I don't really know how to go about it. But yeah.
Do you want to give the name?
Oh, yeah. That would be a good idea, huh? I have a Substack and an Instagram that's called Outdoor Cat. And you should go check it out. I only have 2 posts right now, but I'm trying to work with other community members to do something soon. So that would be cool once I eventually do that. But emailing people is hard.
Wait, what do you mean do something with community members?
I'll tell you after. It's for people to tune in.
Ooh.
But it's free. Some people Substack you have to pay for. I saw a thing that was like Substack is the OnlyFans of the mind. And I think that that's true. But also mine is free because no one would pay for it. So yeah.
All right. Make sure to go check that out.
Go check that out if you want to support Mexicans during this trying time.
So true.
Okay. Later, haters.
Later, haters. Love ya.